Facebook, CK here. As an entrepreneur, you face difficult decisions every day. Decisions to think about what kind of product you want to produce. Decisions to think about how do you navigate the competitions coming your way. Decisions to make around personnel, who to hire, who to fire. Essentially, every day you're making a bet on whatever course of actions you take to have a more favorable outcome. And entrepreneur has a reputation of having this reputation of the kind of people that takes on more risks. But one of the reality is that entrepreneurs are actually quite risk averse. Richard Branson said it best. He said, whenever I think about a venture to create, not only I want to go for the upside, but I also want to cover my downside as well. Going for my upside, but cover my downside. In statistics, they call it a probabilistic outcome, an expected value. What is the expected value of this particular investment? Probability of success minus the cost of it not going the way that you want to. So every day, entrepreneurs are being tested. Their courage is being tested. And what I love about the plant medicine work that I do, it is the most accelerated way for me to tell the truth about myself, about the situation, the scenarios that I'm dealing with. Beyond doing journaling and thinking about it and having a conversation with my board of advisors and getting expert advice from outsiders. Because all of these are great, but they only allow me to think about the situations, the whole chessboard on a very conscious level. And at the same time, I also know that a lot of my decisions are not made rationally. Oftentimes, we make our decisions on the emotional level. And as you make fast decisions every day, often we don't know why we make particular decisions. It could be we make these decisions very emotionally and then later on rationalize, justify rationally. So doing plant medicine work allowed me personally to look at everything on a more dissociative state, in a more rational state, and actually have me question why I make a particular decision. So from my personal experience, I got to evaluate what is the origin of why I ask my particular price point that I ask. Am I coming from a place of, hey, let me price myself really low so that you'll like me, so you use my service? Or can I price it in such a way that it's commiserate to what the value that my customers actually receive? So I am sharing this specific point because as an entrepreneur, how you, let's just use price point as an example, is a direct reflection of your relationship to your self-worth. When you think about yourself as not worthy of the success that you have, what you are subconsciously would sabotage yourself by pricing yourself really low and then, relevant to your competition. So that's actually one of the common mistakes that my participants come through. They don't price their products and services according to the value that they actually deliver to the marketplace. And here's another thing. Whenever we face some kind of internal block to an action that we know we need to take, there is fear involved. Fear is in the way. So case in point, one of the most successful entrepreneurs that I work with, he owns multiple seven-figure businesses and he helps build these infrastructure projects. And the thing that he knew that he wanted to do was to go after these really big projects, but he always has rational reasons and justifications why he is not quite ready yet. and from the ceremonies, from the coaching, integration coaching that we did, it dawned on him that this was a limiting belief that he had. This was a limiting belief that he had. He actually doesn't need any more fixing himself personally, and thus allow him to actually go after the kind of project that he really loved to create with the customers that he wants to create. So immediately after our work together, he said, I got my mojo back, I'm tapped into my inner power, and I'm now able to go after the kind of project, the kind of customers, the kind of creation that I wanted to bring forth to the world and really go after these billion-dollar projects. I just want to use that as a way to illustrate that the courage that you're looking for lies within your ability to overcome any internal resistance, any self-doubt, any kind of fear that you have in your mind. And it's such a beautiful thing for me to watch whenever I see my participants take on actions that a little bit outside of their reach of what they think is possible. Because once they get to the other side, once they actually take those actions, make the ask, then they realize that they are more capable than what they think they can do. And thus, one of the key leadership lessons from here is, if you want your people, if you want your organization to take bigger risks, do this, face your fears head on. Then, and only then, you can then make probable, look at everything and look at all your options in a more objective way. But if you operate as a leader inherently from a fear-based thinking, then that will actually cut off majority of the possible action that you can take. By removing the fears that you have, then you can actually look at everything objectively and take the most appropriate, most optimized action to have the outcome that you're looking for. All right, go for the upside, cover the downside, and make sure that you remove the fears, the self-doubt that's interfering with these organizational behaviors. All right, have a beautiful rest of the evening, and I'll talk to you soon.